Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the SOE webcast for the Free Realms Trading Card Game. My name is Mark Tuttle. I'm the executive producer of the Free Realms Trading Card Game.
Hi, I'm Chuck Kallenbach. I'm the lead game designer.
And we're going to talk to you today about the brand new release for the Free Realms Trading Card Game entitled Heroes, which just launched this morning. Chuck, let's talk a little bit about the story. What is Heroes all about? Heroes
is about our main bad guy from the last set, which is Baron von Darkcheat, is back. And Madame Zelda, who is a fortune teller that lives in Blackspore, found out that she saw a vision that he was going to destroy the world and conquer free realms and be evil and nasty. So she's decided to train 4 young people from free realms to battle him, and they are called the Realm Keepers. That's these 4 people. If you find Madame Zelda down in the swamp, they're training right there by her. They're all working hard. So it's your job to keep Darkcheat and his minions busy while the Realm Keepers train enough to go take care of Darkcheat.
So like previous sets, we actually put you into the story where you as a cardie with your deck of cards has to go and beat up on various people along the way,
yes.
Again leading up to a final confrontation with Baron von Darkcheat. So we're going to tell you a little bit about the cards. Chuck and I have been doing cards for a long time. We like to talk about cards. We're also going to do some trivia during this webcast, and if you are in the chat right now, you are eligible to submit an answer, and we've got some really cool prizes for you, so we'll tell you about that stuff coming up in just a minute. Let's talk a little bit about some of the card mechanics. Every time we do a new card set in any of our trading card games, we always like to add new mechanics, new ways that you can play cards, new keywords that let you do all kinds of really cool and powerful things. And we got some examples of some cards of some of the new mechanics for this set. So let's take a look at that first one right now.
Okay, that's the Rob Goblin Geomancer. He is a Rob Goblin. That's not new. But if you look down there for his power-up, which is the 3 little gems in his game text, they're not all the same color. So that's a new feature, a new theme for this set. And you'll find that it changes the way you build your decks and just opens up new deck building possibilities.
All right. Next one now. This is an order card. This is Headmaster Merc. And what's the difference here?
Yes. He's a druid, first of all. I don't think we've had druids before. And second of all, he has game text that you've seen on a couple cards before that says, when you play me, turn an opponent's resource face down. Well, I should say there have been resources and other cards that turn opponent's resources face down. But this is the first time we've had it on a creature like this, which makes it very simple for controlling opponent's resources that are giving you problems. If you're having problems with the opponents playing shock or playing spike bracers or anything like that, this will flip them over before they can use them. And this is kind of a theme. You'll see this on 4 or 5 different cards in the set.
And he's also using the new 2-color flip.
He does.
Edition
right.
here as
he
well.
Had that too.
So that's
right.
All right, next up, this is Roundhouse Kick. This is from the Chaos.
Yeah, this is a very powerful trick, and you can tell because it only has 2 gems on it, because that's what we do when we get mean. It counts cards in your hand. Your attacking creature gets +1 attack for each card you have in your hand. Now that's very powerful, especially, of course, if you build it with a card drawing strategy, like if you put it in a red-green deck. The green guys draw a lot of cards, so this can get very nasty.
Yeah. And lastly, we have a black screen. No. This is an Energy Vortex. This is from the mechanics.
Energy Vortex, yes. Well, you notice it says ready all your stunned creatures. And again, there was a card that did that previously in a previous set. However, as one gentleman put it on the forum, I believe he said in all capital letters, when I play, all I see is stun, 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 stun. He said it about 6 times. And I have to agree that stun is a little out of control, so we've given you quite a number of ways to ready your stunned creatures in this set.
All right, so basically what this refers to then is all those of you guys that are playing in tournaments right now that are seeing a lot of stun cards, which you've been kind of hanging around the tournament lobbies looking at the stuff that's been playing, and we see a lot of stun cards that are being played right now.
Absolutely, and I want to say that I'm very impressed with all the decks that I see being built in tournaments that I'll go in there and I'll say, oh man, I got beat by a stun deck, everybody's playing stun. Then I play somebody else with a steam mechanic deck, and I go, a steam engineer deck. I go, wow, and everybody's playing that. But no, almost every time I see different decks, and I think that's terrific.
All right. Okay, we'll talk about some more cards here momentarily. First, though, let's go ahead and do a trivia question.
Sure.
Shall we?
Sure.
All right, so what this is going to be, this is going to test your knowledge in the Free Realms trading card game.
Yes.
Okay? We don't want to look at that card right now. We want to look at us because we're doing a trivia thing. So, I'm talking...
All right,
that's right. Catch up?
That's right, there you go.
Is it the computer needs a minute to catch up, or is it you?
Oh.
It's you. Okay. All right. You want to hand me these prizes over here? That little box right there? Can you toss that to me?
Fantastic prizes.
From offside? Okay.
Oh,
is that what I get right there? That's it? Jeez. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to ask you a trivia question. If you are on the chat then, you can submit the answer. Don't submit the answer until we give the question. The first question that we will ask you is this. This one's kind of a hard one. Since this set is about heroes, all of the questions are about the heroes that we have featured in the first 4 releases for the Free Realms trading card game. Here's the prize. This is one of those handy-dandy and extremely hard to find physical booster packs from the first Free Realms trading card set. All right?
So, wait a minute. That's a good loot card in there. You're going to want that.
You can actually tell by the smell on the loot cards, folks.
That's right.
Everybody knows that.
Little known fact.
Okay, here is the question. Which hero was Dr. Gordon's assistant? Which hero was Dr. Gordon's assistant? It's
Dr. Gordon, Mark, who's he?
I don't have no idea.
I don't even know where to find him.
No clue. No clue. I didn't write that stuff. All right, so anyway, type the name. If the name is correct, you will be acknowledged over there, and we will get that prize to you. What?
Do you want to talk about this stuff?
We can talk about that stuff, too. Sure,
okay.
Let's talk about that. All right, so go ahead and get that answer in right now, folks. We'll do that first one. We got a winner already? Just like that? Wow, you guys are smart.
Is Dr. Gordon in chat?
No, it's not Dr. Stop. Leave Dr. Gordon alone. He's done. All right.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the actual quest line, talk about the heroes here.
Back in the olden days, like yesterday, you had to go through all the quest lines in order from the very first set all the way through to set 4. That's the way it used to be. There used to be quest packs that were for sale for set 3, set 2.
Yep.
All that's gone now. We don't do that anymore. All the quests are free for you to play. The only restrictions are these. If you're in the middle of one of the quest lines, when I talk about quest lines, basically there's one for Series 1, there's one for Series 2, one for 3, and there's a new one for Series 4. If you're in the middle of one of those, you won't be able to start another one until you finish that one. It's all kind of strung together.
Right.
Does that make sense?
We call that progression, kids.
Yes, right. So the first series, of course, starts with Sam Potts in Sanctuary, Downtown Sanctuary. That's where you get your training as a card duelist, and everybody should know that one. The second series, Shattered Past, starts with Sir Wellington, who is in Bristlewood. He's near the Vale of the Ancients. Now, if you've done the first set, or if you've done whatever you've done, you can start with Sir Wellington whenever you want to. The third set starts with Tyrone Shadowshard, who is in Blackspore Swamp. And I'd love to give you directions to him, but I can never find him. I think he's over there by the big wall.
Sure.
But yeah, good luck. And the fourth set starts with Madame Zelda, who's also in Blackspore, and she's pretty close. She's just south of the Warpstone down there. So if you've done set 2 and you've finished it all the way through, you can just go talk to Tyrone and start it up. You don't have to buy any quest packs or anything. It's going to be ready to go.
That's right. It's good. We want you to get in there. We want you to play. There's great rewards at the end of the set 3 quests.
Yes.
There's the Baron's Gloam hoverboard.
If you talk to the Baron, I think if you go look at the Baron at any time, he's up by the Crystal Barrier in Snow Hill. His hoverboard is sitting there by him, and it's really cool. It's really cool looking.
And you just got that today, right?
I did.
All
I
right.
did. Yay.
And so then at the end of Heroes, at the end of that quest line, there is Sparky, which is Mage Tent, who's one of our key hero characters. It's his hoverboard. Did you get yours today?
No.
I did.
I had to do a webcast.
I'm doing the webcast too.
Yeah, well, all right. Fine.
So yes, folks, I did the whole Dark Cheat quest in a day. You can do it too.
I was working.
If you had 3 copies of every card. All right, let's look at some of those cards again. Let's bring that Haunted Mines back up. This is now these are some of the favorite cards that we like in the set. People always ask us, do you guys actually play the card games? Yes, we do. We play it all the time. So this is one of my favorites. This is Haunted Mines. This is a green resource, a nature resource. And for 4, you can turn it face down, stun the foes of all your spiders. We've got a number of spiders now going all the way back into set 1. So if you'd like to build a spider deck, this is a great resource to play along with that. All right, next. Grave Elemental.
Yeah, the Grave Elemental. First of all, he's a ghost. We're adding ghosts to the set. He also has text. You'll see that he has a star action, as we call it, where he readies a stunned creature, which is great because he can ready some other creature that you have that's stunned. He also is one of these counting guys. He gets +1 defense for each resource you have in play. Remember that a resource is a face-up card in your inventory. The face-down cards don't count as resources, but he's pretty powerful because of that.
Yeah, he's not the best counting, though. Next up, this is a green nature resource. This is King. I like King, and you said this to me in a good way the other day. You said this card pays for itself.
Yeah.
This is a resource. You play this on turn 1 if you got it in your hand. It costs 0 coin, turn face down to draw a card. So you get a resource, It's got a pretty good gem draw, too.
Yeah, it does.
With the 3. Plus, it has the double. It's got the yellow and the blue on the draw.
But let's talk about the story, Mark. This is Crack Shot. Her name is Jessica. That's Jessica. Well, it was Jessica in her civilian garb, and that's her ride. She has a T-Rex ride.
That's right. Okay. And last one we'll take a look at quick here. This is Lightning Call.
Yeah, this is great. This is the kind of card that I design when I'm playing the game, and I said, man, I wish I had a card that did this. So then I just write that down and it becomes a card later.
That's why you should become a card developer, kids, because if you want a card, you can just make it.
That's right.
As simple as that.
I wish I could do it instantly. Like when I'm in the middle of a tournament, I could just make a card and then play it then, but it doesn't work that way.
That's right.
Anyway, this is a trick that readies your attacking creature, which is awesome. It's especially awesome if your creature wins and then he could maybe hunt. Yeah. So we're going to give you +2 attack as well.
All right. Let's come back to us real quick. Let's do another trivia question. What do you think? Easy, hard? That last one, they did that pretty quick.
They did do it pretty quick.
All right. What do you got there, Chuck? Why don't you give us a question?
Oh, who is Sam Pot's cousin?
Okay.
How about that one?
All right. You ready on that? Who is Sam Pot's cousin? If you know it, we've got, I should show them the prize. Another one. How's that one smell?
Even better.
Can't believe you did it. All right. Let's look at a couple more cards that we like here. The next one, this is another green card. This is kind of a theme with me. I kind of liked the green nature cards in set 4 here. This is Old Creaky. I also call this one Chuck.
Yeah, thanks.
Old Creaky is... He's a 6'7". He's a great flip.
He has great stats for an old guy, doesn't he?
He really does.
Yeah.
He allows you to spend 2, take a card from your discard pile, and put it on top of your deck. By the way, here's a question. This isn't a trivia question, but Chuck and I were having a discussion about this. How many of you actually know you can click on your discard pile and see it before taking an action like this?
It's true.
It's very helpful to know because I've had situations where I played Old Creaky and I didn't click. It's like, oh, there's nothing in my discard pile. That's not much fun. He also has a power up here where he can ready all his ready allies hunt without zapping.
All those green cards and they're hunting. Oh my goodness.
He's a really great utility card. He's got great stats and he's got
and he's a plant.
And he's a plant and he's a tree soldier too. Yes. All right, Chuck. Next one. This is one of your favorites. I hate this card.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like this one.
Let's just look at the attack number on this card.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
Jeez.
I'm going to say that again. It's a 9. We've never done that before.
No.
Now, he has a drawback. He doesn't score any cards when he hunts. But, you know, he's a 9. And his power-up is pretty good. You can take a Thug-a-Wug from your discard pile and play it in an empty space for free. By the way, it says any Thug-a-Wug.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah. And there's a lot of Thug-a-Wugs in the game. So.
Yeah, there's a lot more in the set, too.
In fact, you will, as you're playing the Heroes quest line, you will run into him and a handful of other Thug-a-Wugs in one of the later decks.
Yes.
It's Bud Grimeyfoot.
Yeah, Bud, right.
Who likes to play a lot of those. All right, the next one. This is one of my favorite images from the set and one of my favorite cards. We talked about cards that allowed you to count things in the game. This is the Evil Postman. Of course, no deference to the fine folks that serve at the U.S. Postal Service. We love them, but every once in a while, in free roams, you get one of those evil ones that opens your mail. This guy, he's a 4/1. Are you laughing over there? You okay? You're all right.
She's laughing.
She's having a fit.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 4/1, but let's look at his text. I get +1 defense for each card in your hand. So he comes out on third turn. You could have up to 7, 8 cards in your hand.
Yep.
He all of a sudden becomes an amazing blocker, which of course Order is good for.
We have to make discard cards now.
Yes.
It takes cards out of your hand.
Yes, to get rid of that.
Yeah.
And then of course he also has the anti-stun text that we like to get in for this anyway. So.
Yummy.
All right, one more of our favorites here. What do we got, Chuck? Oh, this is your favorite.
Cerdo, the King of Squirrels. It's just a wonderful piece of artwork. It has Cerdo with squirrels on his arms. He gets bonuses for animal allies. I think some of you have asked about the Duelist on Command game text that was available a long time ago and is no longer available. Well, some of that game text is showing up now. I believe this game text is from one of those Duelist on Demand guys. So those of you that got here a little later, didn't get here with the first set, you'll be able to have access to some of this game text that you've seen on promos. So.
All right, sounds good. Did we get a winner on our last trivia question? Did we? I didn't see the thumb.
Who is Sam Pot's cousin?
Who is Sam Pot's cousin?
No.
Wow.
No.
Maybe you should look at the article that was posted a couple of days ago. That might give you a clue.
Yeah.
Actually, and maybe that might give you a clue. Maybe there's a clue somewhere in that article. All right, let's talk about some loot. Of course, that's what people love to get when they open card packs is some of the cool loot. And everyone's asking us, what are the virtual rewards that you can get in Free Roam's trading card game set number 4, Heroes? So, We did a spoil over a couple weeks ago where somebody from community snuck into my office and took some pictures of some art on my desk, some neat characters and stuff. And everybody said, wow, those suits are really, really cool. Those suits, these are the superhero suits, which are based on the sci-fi suits, which you can get in free realms in the mystery chest. Those are going to be available in the virtual rewards in this set. Let's take a look at how some of those look on our characters right now. This is the Ghost Shadow costume. Ghost Shadow is the leader of the Realm Keepers, and you see it's a slight variation on the super suit, or the sci-fi suit, but it also has the really cool hood.
Yes, and note that it's being worn by a female character here. All these suits can be worn by male or female.
Right. Next one, this is the crack shot suit with a quiver on the back.
The Nature Archer, yep.
And you'll notice the Realm Keeper logo on the chest there. And then, this is, I think this next one is probably the coolest one. This is Mage Tent. Tell us about Mage Tent. You kind of cooked this guy up.
Mage Tent is the machine character. Nathan is a bit of a tinkerer, and he made himself some steampunk gauntlets that he's got. He's got little goggles and stuff. And again, the art guys, both the people that did the artwork for the card and the guys that did the art for the MMO, just knocked it out, and it looks terrific.
Yeah, terrific. And then for the next one here, this is actually this is a twofer on the virtual rewards. This is Wildclaw. When we concepted the heroes, we went to the team. We said, boy, we'd really, really like to have a werewolf character. Can we do that? Can we do that? And they're like, sure, we can do that.
Yep.
So this is Wildclaw, and this is his suit. He, of course, is from the Chaos, which would make sense since he's a werewolf.
Yes.
And standing next to him, though, is another one of the cool pieces of loot.
It's a Gloam clone.
This is the Gloam clone pet.
It's a pet?
Yes.
Follows you around?
Follows you around, and it's creepy.
I'm sure you can take it over and try to glade. Everybody will attack it, which will be fun.
Sure
it won't do anything.
Right. Yeah. Right. So then next up, everyone's asking, well, what's the mount? What's the ride in this set? And we've got a very cool one, and this is Ghost Shadow's ride.
Yes, Ghost Shadow. There's a card for this in the game. His ride is named Drake, and he's a ghostly dragon mount, and you'll be able to get that for use as a virtual reward.
That's right. And then, so the next one we're going to talk about, we're going to show you what the actual, the virtual reward card looks like. This is obtainable in tournaments. This is the Epic Dark Cheat Trophy. Now, where do you get this in the tournament play in the event lobbies?
You'll get this when you win one of our open tournaments. You get the Epic Dark Cheat Trophy. There's actually 4 levels of Dark Cheat Trophies that you can put into your house, and they look very cool, and they're very big.
Yeah,
I think
this one sparkles, though.
Yeah, the top level one sparkles and rotates.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I want to show you on virtual rewards, this is something that is up and coming. We will be offering these as promos for various cool activities. These are the posters to hang in your house of our heroes from Set 4 Heroes. This is Crackshot, and then up next representing, of course, the leader of the team is Ghost Shadow. He's kind of a different aspect ratio.
Yes.
And then Mage Tech is next up. He's our tinkerer type guy. And then for you Chaos fans out there, we've got Wildclaw. That is the next poster. So watch out for those guys, because those will be coming very, very soon here. All right, so we've talked about that. Let's hit some questions real quick. We've got just about a minute and a half left. These are the questions that were asked on the forums. First question talked about power levels, and there was some concern that the cards that we've shown already looked a little overpowered. And the question was, how do we test to see if a card's overpowered? How do we prevent that from happening?
We have spreadsheets and we have calculations, and that helps a lot in game design, but nothing is better than playing. I mean, we find out about power levels and efficiency of cards simply by playing with them, just like you guys do. And when we play with a card and it sticks in our hand because we're not playing it, it's not good enough, we make it better, and the reverse is also true. So that's how we find out.
Okay. Another question that we had was on some of the bugs that we'd had in the game. The chat stuff was all fixed up, and the stacker problem that had been kind of plaguing us for a little bit, that's been fixed as well.
Right. So, the problem with a stacker creature being stunned and you couldn't hunt through it because the rest of the cards were blocking you. Anyway, it's all fixed.
It's all taken care of.
That bug's been fixed.
But of course, if you guys ever do see a bug, please let us know on the forums, and we'll hop on that just as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Last question I have here. Somebody said, why so soon on Set 4? Dark Cheat came out 8 months ago. Was this too soon to release a set? I don't think so, really.
No, we tried to, I don't know what schedule we're looking for, but 8 months sounds long to me. So, we'll try and keep them coming out more often than that, I think.
That's right. All right, that's all for us today, folks. The events are running now. The new prizes are in. Heroes is available. We'll see you next time.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Sony.